I first came to New York, a buddy of mine was working on the Star Wars comic book, and he said, "Would you like to work on that with me?" And I didn't know anything about it. We didn't know Star Wars. I mean, there was no Star Wars. There was a script.
Well, who was
Okay,
the guy? Do you know? Do you remember?
a guy by the name of Howard Chaykin. Howard's a very well-known comic book artist. Howard's still busy today doing comic books, and Howard said, "Yeah, I need somebody to help me with the layouts." So we had this movie script, and we had to make a comic book out of it because they sold the rights to Marvel, and nobody knew what Star Wars is going to be. And I was reading it saying, "Who's going to go and see this movie?" And we're laying out the comic book, and Howard's drawing furiously, and it got inked up and was published as a very large format comic book. And then the movie came out. We went to see it at I think it was the Empire on 63rd Street.
I don't know.
Um, anyway, there's a movie theater on 63rd near
Isn't the
near
Empire
Sixth
down the
Avenue.
Village on Sixth
Um,
Avenue, down by East by West?
Might be, yeah. Maybe I'm thinking of
think
another
it's
another
West
movie
Wall
theater. But
Street.
anyway, it was a big multiplex, one of those big, um, Cineplex kind of things up on just off Sixth Avenue or Broadway, and we went into the theater. It was packed, and suddenly there was a Star Wars phenomenon. And who knew, right? And I did a couple of other things for Marvel. They had a humor magazine called Cracked. I did some cartoons for that for an artist named Larry Hama, and you know, you just
Look
kind of
ahead,
progress.
some of
And
your
then I got into the
National
ad business.
Lampoon.